Hey, this is Rick with Social Good Software. In this short demo here, I want to share with you our language file, how you can modify the language file, how you can read the language file, and how you can suggest different values for the language file itself. More than likely, we are currently working with you on a prototype for your online web forms, specifically on the Altru side of things. So we have sent you a language file really similar to the one I'm going to share with you today. The language file I'm going to walk you through today includes a couple of columns here, a couple of tabs, and a couple of different content that can be adjusted depending on how you want to configure the content itself on the language file. On the very bottom here, you can see here all of these different pages. So this is your checkout page. This is your cart page. This is your confirmation page. This is your login page. This is your register page. This is your forgot password. This is your header, and then this is your footer. So if we go ahead and start with the checkout page, you will see that the checkout page is mapped accordingly here. So if we go ahead and click on these little dots, it will show you kind of all the different pages. So you can see the checkout page, the cart page, the confirmation page, the forgot password, the register, the login. All of those can be found here. Down here. So that's how everything is mapped. So let's go ahead and just check out the checkout page here, and we can kind of walk through this language file and how it's put together. So the first thing you will see here is a label, a value, and if it's editable. The label here tells you item we're editing. So in this type, we're editing the heading. So this is this heading up here. This is member sign in, member sign in. And then this tells you if it's editable with either true or false. If it's a false, that means that it's not editable within Altru, and it's something you would have to give us feedback at this given time to make sure we take that feedback into consideration to be able to update the prototype that we have sent you over. For example, if you do not want it to say member sign in and you only want it to say sign in, we can go ahead and do that for you. So we won't say member sign in, it will just say sign in. So you have the option to go in there and customize, rename, move stuff around, give us feedback on what you want to see. So that's how the language file is put together. You can see here it goes heading. The content is this right here, please sign in. The input is email here. For example, if you don't want the colon, you can get rid of the colon. That will get rid of it there. On the link, register for a new account. If you don't want to say register for a new account, you want to say register, maybe create a new account. You can go through that process there and rename any of this stuff. And then we go to the input is the password, and then link forgot password, and then remember me is the checkbox, and then finally the button is sign in and check out. And there's this little content section over here for member discounts, the button to become a member, and then the link to check out as a guest. So you have the option to go in here and customize the language for this specific dialog if you choose to, and then you're able to go in there and customize it. I'm going to go ahead and close this dialog so we can look at what's behind the dialog, which is the checkout page, which tells you kind of everything that's shown here. If we look here, there's a couple of things we can change. This heading here is based on what's being purchased. So this is editable in Altru. So if you see a name that's not what you like, that's more than likely you can change it in Altru. The paragraph, select the date, select the time, Thursday 8 a.m., 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., see other dates, see other times. All of those you can go ahead and change here if you choose to. The see other times right here, or see other dates, you can customize it. So maybe you want to say view other dates or view other times. You can go right in the language file and change see to view. So however you want to structure the language file, that's completely up to you for the content itself. Right here, there's the content and ticket types. So the content is this section here. This section here can be controlled from Altru. This is why it's editable through Altru. The ticket types that you might see are also editable through Altru. So this is the ticket types through Altru, and you can change those. The add to cart button can also be customized through Altru. So You don't necessarily have to update the language file here. You just got to go inside of Altru and update it there, and that will reflect accordingly. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the cart in here. So if we look at the cart, you will see, again, a heading which says tickets. Again, that can be customized within Altru. A button that says empty cart. That can be renamed if you choose to. Then here's the row items that you will see here. So if you don't want it to say review or edit item, you can say, change or adjust item. Whatever wording you want to use, we give you kind of what we suggest, but it's kind of up to you to ultimately decide what you want the language to be. And then finally, we have our add or donation, discount, personal information, that type of thing. Go here and click on confirmation. That'll take us to the next page, which shows you this content here, which again, you can go ahead and customize. If we check out the login screen, here's the login content. If we go to the register, here's the register content. Here it is. And then forgot password. We're going to go back into here. Go here, log in. Forgot password. Here's the forgot password content. And then the header, which is this header up here. The footer, which is this footer down here. You can customize. And that's pretty much all there is to the language file. This is a really handy way for us to take your feedback, to make sure the dates, the times, the language, everything is consistent and you guys are happy with how that information is being displayed. The main thing to keep here in mind as you go through this language file is that all of the content itself, we can help adjust a lot of it, but most of the content you have a lot of feedback on is the one you can adjust within Altru. So for those types of things, so the ones that say true here, you just need to go inside of Altru and make those changes there. Those are not really on our end. We give you suggestions and recommendations, but at the end of the day, you're in control of what actually gets shown there. The one that are false, this just means like this is a good time to revisit what those labels are and adjust them if we need to. All right, so that's pretty much all there is to the language file. If you have any questions about this, please let us know. We're always happy to help.